Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, Ben. Howdy
Hi.
doody. Hope everyone's having a fabulous day. I am Joanna, your Union Development Executive, and no, that side.
Yeah, I'm Ben. I'm the welfare executive at the DSU.
Oh, wow. Okay, sorry. Slow internet being not the best. But today, me and Ben are here to talk to you about something very exciting. It's this wonderful time of the year, and we're going to talk to you about wrapping Christmas presents. Are you ready, Ben?
Yes, I think it's the right answer to this. You're gonna see me trying to wrap a present, which is going to be great fun for a lot of people.
It's going to be absolutely fine. So, today we're going to be doing a few different things. We're going to be talking to you about sustainable ways to wrap your Christmas presents, because I think that's quite a big thing for everyone to be looking at this year. And then we're also going to be taking part in a really short little quiz just to teach you guys some interesting facts about Christmas time and sustainability. It's taught me a lot making this quiz. Um, and then me and Ben are going to take part in a little challenge, aren't we? And we're going to try and wrap a couple of Christmas presents. I do hope none of my family is going to watch this because it's going to spoil a surprise. We're going to try and wrap some Christmas presents without sellotape. Yes, that is possible. It is very possible, and we are going to be giving it a go. So,
The video they found it from made it sound very easy. We're going to see if that's true.
yeah, it looks like a bit like origami, and I feel like me and Ben aren't going to be very technically skilled at it, but at least it might give you guys at home a bit of a laugh. So at least that's something.
Competition,
So
you can do the best between me and Joe.
I want to say I know who that might be, but actually I'm not sure. You might
Yes.
you might pull something out of the bag. You might be really good
Oh,
at
you think
origami.
you think I've got it hidden in the chest? I really
I-
haven't. Like,
you and me both. But before we get to that exciting part, we're going to talk about the serious bit. So the serious part of this is to talk to you guys about how to be sustainable this Christmas, especially when it comes to wrapping our presents. Now, I want to try and make this exciting, but I make no promises. Um, but essentially, at Christmas time, there is so much waste when it comes to plastic, to wrapping paper. People buy wrapping paper with glitter. It looks amazing. It's great. But it means every year we're just having to throw this in the bin and it's just going into landfill and it's not doing anyone or our planet any favours. So you can still make Christmas presents look beautiful whilst doing something great for the world. So a few of the ideas that I've picked up from blog posts and just from producer Sophie as well, because we always have to name drop her in these things. Um, you can so instead of using just glittery wrapping paper, things like that, you can just use brown paper, which I know sounds really boring, but you can jazz it up with cardboard tags that you can decorate. You can still use really nice ribbon that you could potentially reuse during another year. You can actually draw on them and decorate them so they're a bit more personable. um, if you really don't want to do that, then some of the other things that I found that look absolutely amazing is there's people that actually sell fabric Christmas wrapping. So fabric Christmas wrapping. So
fabric. Wow.
it's reusable, and essentially what it looks like is just square of fabric. I assume it's in whatever size you need, but it's actually got like ties on it, so you can wrap your present up. You tie the fabric up, and Bob's your uncle. It's done, and
Yeah.
you literally only have to untie the bow or the knot that you've made, and you can keep the fabric for another year.
So it's good
And
to have a knot in there because I know some people they sellotape up presents. So there's fabric involved as well. Like you ain't getting into that present for a good 2 years.
no, it looks amazing because it looks like it has just got 4 ties on it, so you can literally just tie a bow around it, and then you open it up, and it's done. Like, it looks so cool, and they come in some beautiful fabrics, and then that got me diving into a whole new hole of sustainable wrapping, and I realized how much fabric do I actually have in my room that are from clothes that I no longer wear, that's from bedding I no longer use, or that just sort of arrives in random parcels and packages. So you might be able to see behind me this beautiful heap of boxes. Anything that I have ordered over the past, I've started keeping, and I'm going to try and reuse it this Christmas to wrap everything. I've also got some old bed sheets under my bed. We're going to try and maybe cut those up this Christmas and reuse those. I apologise to my family and friends if your presents aren't perfect this year, but I would rather them do something amazing and be good for the world than they look pretty for the 5 minutes before you rip them open. Because let's face it, that's what everyone is going to be doing. Oh. So I mean, there is a full list of other things that people could be doing. One of my mum's presents is literally a certificate. So I'm just going to throw that into a brown envelope and write a nice message on the front. And my mum is queen of sustainability over the last few years. So I know that she is fully going to appreciate opening up this envelope, and she'll either recycle the envelope or she'll probably use it to send some post to someone. Either way,
You've got to be very careful with that envelope, haven't you? Like, I can't. I can try and open it, but it ends up getting ripped and then it's unusable.
but you see, I don't sellotape or lick my envelopes. I tuck them in, and then
Yeah,
that way,
that can work, but it's when you try to sort of, even then you get it out and it sort of rips a corner. You can't reuse it if it's ripped, can you? If it's sort of ripped open, you can't.
I mean, no, you can't. But then I just think you need to get better at opening your envelopes.
Yeah, that's probably a factor. Like, she seems trying to open one normally. Like, no chance anything I get opened usually gets a second chance.
You do seem
If
like
it's
a bit of a
paper.
brute when it comes to opening things, Ben. I can imagine you being a bit like the Hulk and just being like,
I tried that. I tried to sort of like trying to rub my finger down, but it ripped. Like, I was trying to sort of do a feather, like rips. Like,
no, I feel like dainty and delicate aren't words we would use to describe our welfare exec, but you never know. He spends a lot of time with 4 female executives, so maybe that will change by the new year. Who
I'll say I'm
knows?
not that aggressive. I'll say I'm not that sort of heavy-handed. But
I mean, okay, yeah, but I mean, yeah. So I think before I bore everyone with the 1,000,001 ways you can be sustainable in your Christmas wrapping, let's maybe pull up a little quiz and let's see if we can't teach all of you guys a few things about Christmas. So this quiz is 5 quick questions just to sort of teach you about the waste that we have at Christmas time. Now, I know that sounds really horrible and awful, but it is an eye-opener. And I think it is something that we all need to sort of take a look at and become aware of. It definitely hit home with me. Ben, do you think you're aware of how much waste we have at Christmas?
oh, I'm not aware of it. I'm definitely not an expert either. So, like, I'm gonna. I think I've heard only one of these before. Facts beforehand. So I think most of this is going to be new to me as well. It's been interesting to sort of see how many turn up. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. So, Joe, you back?
Am I here?
Yes, Joe's here.
I'm back. I am so
There we
sorry.
go.
That happened very, very out of the blue.
What if we do internets? So you can see the Menti code at the top of the screen. If you just put that in and then give yourself. Do you have to write your name in? I believe. Give yourself a name.
I don't know if you do on Menti. I can never remember.
There's too many systems.
There's too many things to do quizzes on since we've all been working from home.
Online quizzes, it's come like 2020's major sort of that Zoom. Like they're the two real winners, aren't they?
Oh,
Not many winners, but yeah.
so
So
yeah,
just you put in the code and it should work.
Ben, are you
So,
gonna play along with this?
oh, I may do. I may. I think I've heard one of the facts before, but I can't remember which one it was or what the number was. So I'll try.
Yeah, either way is fine. I'm putting it out there that no one is winning anything. in this quiz apart from more knowledge on how to be sustainable? Oh, okay.
Just for the love of the game.
Just, yeah. So I'm just going to wait for Ben to join. Have you joined? Is it working?
Give me a second. I need to take a second. Again, slow internet.
Oh, we love snow internet. No, I suppose that works with this live stream. Yeah, snow internet. It's okay.
Slow internet.
So
That's
to
when it's very
anyone,
bad, isn't it?
so to anyone that's just joining and wondering what on earth is going on, we are going to be doing a little quick quiz around Christmas and sustainability. So you can enter the code that you can see at the top of this screen, and you can play along, and we can all learn something new together. Okay, I think we're ready, and let's go for it.
You ready? You going? There we go.
I think there we go. Okay. How many miles of wrapping paper is wasted each year? 2,700, 27,000, or 227,000?
Whatever it is, it's quite big numbers, whatever, really, isn't it?
Whatever, yeah, it is scary. It is that much wrapping paper that we waste every year. Like, this is like, when I saw that, I was trying to think about how much that was, and I think I saw a statistic somewhere that said we waste enough wrapping paper that it could go around the world 9 times or something. Like,
Why don't
yeah.
we give? Why don't we give sort of the whole world as a present to someone? Like just wrap it all the way around. Save the whole job. Like there you go. That's just the world.
I know, it would make, wouldn't it?
Yeah, make much
So,
more sense. Do you know how many trees that is? That's a fact I don't know.
I don't even want to think about it, to be honest. I love trees too much to worry about like how many of them are being lost to our wrapping paper, and they're just getting chucked in the bin. It's sort of really upsetting. Oh, okay, let's take it to the next question and see what it is, because even I can't remember what questions I've put in this quiz now.
That's a start.
At least it means it's entertaining for me as well, because I can be like, "Oh, how many turkeys are binned each year? Bit of food wastage for everybody. How many turkeys?" There was also a question on how many Christmas puddings are wasted, but I figured that wouldn't be as exciting. Yeah,
2 million turkeys.
2 million turkeys are chucked in the bin every year. And believe it, well, actually, I want to say this is maybe more believable because I don't actually think that many people like Christmas pudding, but 5 million Christmas puddings are chucked in the bin
That's worse
every
than the
year.
turkeys.
Do you like Christmas pudding?
That is worse. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I thought
That is
so.
worse than the turkeys.
Wow, yeah, no, I do not like Christmas
Producer
pudding.
Sophie, you're just wrong. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry, it's 2v1 here, Ben. Yeah, chocolate
What?
pudding all the way, producer Sophie. 100%. Christmas pudding
Chocolate?
is
No, it's Christmas. You're allowed both.
you're allowed both, but I don't want both. I'd rather 2 servings of chocolate pudding. Thank you very much. Get me a Yule log or a chocolate gatto, and I'm set. But
2 serves
yeah,
of both. It's nice. But you know, is there
yeah.
any pudding you ever set on fire as well? Just put this. I don't know
I mean,
another
yeah,
food which you actively set on fire before you serve it.
baked Alaska.
You don't set it on fire, do you?
Yes, you do.
You sort of blowtorch it. You don't set it on fire. You
Yes, you do.
set it on fire. What do you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Don't
sure
you
you
actually
do.
set it on fire? But
Yes, I know.
okay.
Okay, it might not be a baked Alaska. There is another pudding out there that you set alight. Let's take this to the next question.
Yeah, let's move on before we get back to Alaska's.
Oh, I think it's important to note with this as well. Also, what percentage of presents end up in landfill? I'm hoping I've done
Is
my
it
maths right here.
each year?
So yeah, it will be. I think these are all each year. So is it 2.5, 5, or 10% of presents that end up in landfill? Da, 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 da. It is 10%. 1 in 10 Christmas presents end up in landfill. Um, Apparently, there is also a lot of facts out there. And again, I think this is true. At Christmas, I was one of those kids. I sat at the Argos catalogue, circling everything that I wanted. How much of it did I actually end up playing with? Probably not a lot. How much of it ended up just getting chucked in the bin and never to be seen again? Actually, with my mum, hardly anything, because everything got passed down to someone else.
Yeah, I know that sort of. Yeah, you use it. Charity shops, they're also quite good when you've
Yep,
used it. Particularly you grow out of it, because quite a lot of things obviously grow out a year later or 2 years later, and then
yeah.
good shops.
I think it's so important now. So my mum and dad are keeping any toys they buy for their grandson, um, for whether myself or more likely my big sister has another baby. Um, and I know a lot of people are also buying wooden toys now because they last so much longer and they are so much better for the planet. So,
Mm. Yeah,
so are we ready for the next question? I'm trying really
yeah.
hard to remember what I made these questions, and I actually can't. I did make it early this morning in my defense, so
Exactly. It's not even been that long.
a lot's happened.
Yeah.
What did some supermarkets stop putting on consumer goods? Glitter, ribbon, or plastic? Hint, hint, I already spoke about it a little bit
You spoke
earlier.
about all three. I don't know which. I
I
think.
have, but I think one is the devil. Yes. Morrison's, Marks and Spencer's, Tesco's, and a few others have all started to reduce the amount of glitter that they put on their own brand stuff. So they are trying to up it from 25% to 50% by 2023, I want to say. And they're also hoping to get the same figure for other goods that they buy in from other brands. So no more glitter. I know glitter can be great, it's sparkly and beautiful, but honestly, guys, don't get stuff with glitter on it. It gets everywhere, it gets on your socks, and you can't recycle it. Okay. Oh,
I have to give
no,
Joe a massive glitter box for Christmas.
no, Joanna, I've hated glitter since I was a kid, so I hate it even more now. So let's go to this next question.
Or producer Sophie had glitter banned in her house.
And I agree. I banned it in my playroom when I was a kid. I was like, no, I'm not having glitter in here. Yeah,
Oh, get it in the
yeah.
carpets. Yeah, it's not just you, producer Sophie. My mum went mental at that as well.
I hate it. You can't hoover it up. It just gets everywhere. Like, nah, I'm not about the
It's
glitter
about
life. I'm
schools that
sorry.
use it as well.
I've got a sparkly enough personality, okay? I don't need glitter. I am glitter, okay? Just as annoying, but far better for the planet. That's me, okay? That's me. Just saying. Oh. Okay, here we go. This is the last question. How many batteries are used at Christmas? This is used and wasted, essentially. So
Oh, these two numbers that I don't know which number's big enough to believe. Like I know which number I've picked, but I don't know if it's big enough to believe. Like, no, it wasn't. It was too big.
it was too big. I want to say maybe that is a positive, but it is still a lot of batteries that go to waste. All of those kids' toys that we chuck batteries in, all of those electronics that we buy for ourselves. So many batteries go to waste. I'm an offender of it as well. I've got so many
Oh,
batteries
massive
that are dead.
offender.
Yeah, you can't help it when your remote control needs new batteries. Like you got to do what you got to do so you can watch the news.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of a more exciting show, The Chase.
The, ch-
Yeah, The Chase. That's an
the
exciting
chase
show.
of the news.
Yeah, you can tell what we watched in my house growing
You
up,
can
can't
tell
you?
why we call her the 40-year-old 22-year-old 40-year-old, can't you? Look at that.
Oh
No,
goodness.
I think
Okay,
I'll use
well,
it for the Xbox, but other than that,
Oh. Um, so there you go. Those are some interesting facts. I hope that sort of puts into light for everyone why it is so important that we have to be more sustainable, and not just at Christmas, but all year round. But I think Christmas is a big offender for a lot of us. So let's get sustainable this Christmas. Like, let's do it. Ben, I feel like you know what time it is now.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think time it is now, I believe, Joe, is that you're going to try and get us to try and wrap a present without sellotape.
Yes, I am.
Now, I thought we'd be bad
Um,
enough trying to watch me do it with sellotape, like I thought we were going to do this morning. Then I found out, no, sellotape's banned in this.
yeah, no
Uh,
sellotape.
s- this is going to be extremely fun to see how it goes.
But we're gonna give it our best shot. So um next to me, I don't know how this is gonna work because I don't actually think it is quite big enough, but we're gonna try. Okay, we're gonna try really hard. I have got some brown paper that came in an Amazon parcel. I have kept all of it, and that is what I'm going to try and use to wrap some of my presents this year. I have got my dad's Christmas present because it was the easiest to wrap because it's flat. Ben, what have you got?
I've actually got some wrapping paper itself, but don't worry, it is widely recyclable according to the inside, so it's very good for the planet.
That is good. That's what we like to hear. So, right, I'm slightly concerned about how loud this is going to be, but I'm hoping that Ben will just sort
Yeah,
of tell
are
me
you
if
going
it
to go
is.
first, Joe?
I mean, I thought we were going to do it at the same time, but we
So,
can.
I thought I was going to do it at the same time, but
Yeah,
they just said I'm going to go. It's like, oh, how are we meant to do this then? Like, you have to tell me what to do.
I am. I'm going to have to hope that I can remember.
Yeah.
Right,
See,
bear with. Oh God.
let me just cut a piece of paper out. Trying to sort
So
out some scissors.
that was already quite nice. My brown paper had a little tearaway line on it. It's what we like to see, making my life easier. So
Oh, God, I'm
here we
really
go.
having a problem trying to cut this paper here.
Okay, so this is my dad's Christmas present. You can't really tell because I tried to fold it really neatly, but it is matching shirts for him, son, my adorable nephew. I think they're amazingly cute. Other people may disagree, but I think they're great. So we're going to try and wrap these in some brown paper without sellotape. I'm going to see if I can potentially angle my laptop down so that you guys can maybe see what I'm doing. I think that works to a degree. I'm sure producer Sophie will let me know if it looks naff. Okay. Ben, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm going to do it like this because I think I'm not about to sort of cut and put my laptop down without bumping into my laptop, unfortunately. I've got a
Okay.
very big desk.
Right. I
Big
make no I make
papers.
no promises here, guys, but we're gonna do it. Okay. So the first thing to do is measure how much paper you are going to need. Now, I've preemptively done that so that I didn't have to make a mess during this live stream. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping that this is going to be enough. Ben, I think the best way that I was watching that you use to measure is you essentially take your present and I want to say you essentially like roll it along to make sure that you've got enough paper that's going to cover all sides. Or the method that I tend to use is just literally like getting the paper and being like, yeah, cool. That's
Yeah.
going to cover it.
It's the corners for me that I'm
present
a bit more concerned about, but let's see
present
how many.
101 with Joanna. Okay.
I'll cut a little bit off the end here, but I think I'm going to leave myself more than I think I'm going to need
Okay.
because I'm also very bad at cutting paper, which is I've also noticed. So this is going to look very bad.
So I think this is fine. From the tutorial that I watched, it doesn't need to be perfectly straight because hopefully everything's going to be all tucked in and nice and neat. The other important thing to remember is if you cut too much paper off and you have to cut some off as excess, I use that to make my tags with. That's what I did last Christmas. So you get those like random strips that you cut off where you've made it too big. I chop those up and that's what I use to write on to name whose present it is. And then that way your tags also always match your presents because you're using the same wrapping paper. So
Oh, so you make your own tags out of the wrapping paper?
yeah.
But that's an idea.
Yeah, I know. It's great. So, like, say with this, so like normally when I wrap a present, I cut off a square, I wrap it all, and then like if the ends where you're going to wrap are like too long and it's going to look stupid, I'll trim it, and I always keep all those trimmings because I can either make tags with them, I scrapbook with them, or I will just find some other use for them. Like if it's paper that can't be recycled, because it's only over the last year or so that I've really started to get into sustainability, then like I didn't have paper that could be recycled, so I'd use it for other arts and crafts. So I would always try to make sure that it got used for something else rather than just being chucked in the bin. But yeah, I think that's something for everyone to think about. Use your Christmas paper to also make tags, and you can just like.
That's a smart idea, actually. I may look into that. See how it goes this year.
You are welcome. Okay, so let's give this a go, Ben. I
Okay.
believe the first step is that you should have whatever you are wrapping diagonal to a corner. So
diagonal to a corner.
So this is my corner, and what you want to do is you're going to be using the corner to wrap over the majority of the present. Now, I don't know how this is exactly going to work for mine because my paper's not an exact square. So
neither's mine, so it's fine.
Yeah, we're just going to see what happens. But the first step is that you're supposed to make sure, I'm going to have to do this the other way so that everyone can see. You want to make sure that when you fold it over, that the paper is covering the entire present. So can you see, Ben, that like my name is
mine's just not doing that. I'm not sure I've got enough space for that on mine, but I think mine will be fine. So let's move on.
We'll go with it, okay? Like I say, mine's a really awkward shape, so I have no idea how this is actually going to pan out. So once you've done that, you leave that floppy to one side, and the other corner is what you wrap over first.
So you wrap over one corner first.
So that corner that we've just used to measure, you now ignore.
Okay.
And use the opposite corner to fold over first.
Okay. Yeah, so that's just over, about halfway over. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now this is where I feel like it's going to get really technical, and I'm really scared because I don't even think I can gather how this is done. This is where I say it looks like a bit of origami, guys. Okay. So you want to start trying to create like a little crease. So I'm just literally like pinching down here so that it's like a little bit easier.
Yeah. So then you fold it back over, don't you?
Yeah. Now I'm going to quickly give this a go just to see if I can figure it out myself before
I'm trying it, but let's see if this goes badly. This has not gone well for me.
I feel like it's not going to go well, Ben, but at least we're trying.
Yeah.
And that's what counts. Okay. I think that does something. Okay, so what I did is, here's the corner folded over. This little bit of excess that you've got here, essentially what you want to do is push it in. And I feel like present wrapping aficionados, you'll maybe understand this, but when you wrap the end of a present normally and you try to get like a little triangle that you're going to fold over, that's what we're trying to do here. So we're essentially trying to wrap this in a way. Wow, look, I did it and now I've messed it up. I just shouldn't have bothered trying to show you guys.
Yeah, I'm going to retry my side because it did not work very well the first time.
I had this looking so nice. How have I managed to mess this up?
I'll tell you what, the person who saw do this earlier, you should do it earlier, she made it look much easier than this, Joe.
Oh my goodness, yeah, so we were watching a tutorial of this guy doing this, and he did it in like a few seconds. Now, in my defense, he was doing it with a square box.
I haven't really got much excuse though, like square
box.
Are
you wrapping a square box? Wow, I wish I'd done a square box that was like even on all sides.
It's not even on each side, it's different shapes.
Okay, guys, we're going to go with this, and then we're just going to fold that over so it looks like this. Now, this is where it gets awkward for mine, because you should technically do this on the other side. But as you can see, I don't have the paper on the other side. So I'm not entirely sure how this works. So I'm just going to make it up and see if I can potentially cover this present doing something else. Ben, how's it looking? How's it looking, dude?
I've sort of given up on the way the tutorial guy did it because it wasn't working very well. Does that work?
Yeah, I think the main thing is that you should always, you need to have like a flap at the front here, because essentially what you're doing, guys, is you're trying to create a present that when you pull this corner over, you're going to be tucking it into the front.
Yeah.
And that's literally all you're doing, is you're just trying to create a present that you can essentially tuck in. So I didn't make any promises that it was going to look pretty or that it was going to be easy.
Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to restart completely with a new set of paper and give yourself a bit more space.
Okay, I like that.
Because I don't think I give yourself enough paper, so I'm going to get some more wrapping paper, give yourself some more sort of space as to work it out. So, which I tell you what, this wrapping paper is very rippable. Okay, so that's better than the last one.
I feel like anyone that's watching is just like, am I watching Dumb and Dumber right now?
And that is wrapping. You are watching at least one dumb, because like it's infamous. Me and Christmas and presents. Like
Ben doesn't even buy his own presents.
I do now.
Oh, you do now? Wow, look at you. Ben always got his mum to buy his presents.
I sort of started trying to get my own. It is a good system though. It had worked for a number of years. So the whole phrase is why fixing that isn't broken.
Okay. Okay. Now, guys, this isn't perfect, but essentially, once you've wrapped the two side bits over, I've got that corner that we started with that should be long enough to go over the entire present. And once you do that, there should be a little flap here at the front. Now mine's not perfect because mine wasn't a perfect square, but the corner should fold into there. And as you can see, mine's not perfectly covered either. Like part of my dad's shirt is poking through, but I know this sounds really bad, but I really don't care about presentation this Christmas, because I know that my dad's literally going to rip this open and he's going to say, cheers, thanks, mate, love it. And then like the paper would just go in the bin. So at least this year it can be recycled because there's no sellotape to pull off. And that's the main point of this, is we don't want sellotape anywhere near this, because sellotape means that you can't recycle the paper.
No.
So
and I think it gives us too much paper. It's really hard to work out how much paper you need. So you say we sort of do lengths, do we? Let's see about that line. Let's see if I this way.
Okay. Ben, I'm not. It's not perfect, but dude, that's staying. That is staying to a certain degree. Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
we know
I'm counting this as a win. Okay, if we look at it from this way up, yes, I know it looks like something that what the postman called? That I know it looks like something the Royal Mail would send you, but like, there we go. It's a thing. If anyone wants me to wrap their presents, oh dear, thank you. I love you. But if you want me to wrap any of your presents this year, I'm on it. Although I think I'm
going to take you for that offer, Joe, because this is how far I am at the minute, guys. Like, it's not working very well at all.
Okay, right.
How are we meant to do it? Let's run through it again. See if we can try and get something done. Because the first one did not work.
Right. Where are you at with it?
So
you've literally just started, haven't you?
Yeah, but I had to restart because the first one did not work. Like, end up with all the paper everywhere.
This is now going to be harder because I don't have anything to do with it. So,
right, well, I'm not sure if you have to see. If we sort of do that, you
There
see
we
what I'm
go.
doing.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
Right. So first of all, you need to move the position the box is in. So
Where does it go?
so
I've got more paper here.
so the long ways, the actual box, the present you're wrapping, that needs the length of it needs to go parallel to the corner. So yeah, pretty much how you've got it there.
Like that. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a square box of square paper, so hopefully it works better this time. You want to
Okay.
do this, needs to go over, you say it needs to go over the
Use
top, doesn't it?
use the other corner.
Use the other corner.
So no, the one that's parallel to the longest side of the box.
This one. This
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Ah, I was trying to do those corners. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Why isn't working?
So do it. I mean, I assume I would do it lengthways.
So
Okay.
that fits right over. I think it's plenty of space.
So flop it back and just ignore it and don't move the present.
Okay.
So now the other corner by your left hand.
Yeah.
Yep.
This one.
Oh my god, I can't believe the cameras are backwards and I got that right. Yep, that goes over.
Okay.
Yep. So now what you need to do,
the paper.
It is, but we'll try and make it work. What you need to do is the side that's now wrapped over.
Yeah.
This is where it gets hard because this is like the bit of origami. So use your finger, and what you want to start doing is from the outer edge where you've wrapped it over, you need to essentially like push it in. I'm getting more paper because I'm not going to be able to explain this.
Oh, I've ripped it.
This is what the people want.
This is what we're after. Okay, I'm just gonna.
Yeah. Ben's just freestyling it. Yes, I like it. I think what we do after this is anyone that's watching or that has watched or will watch, just put in the comments who you think did a better job. And if you think yeah, and
it's
if you
hard in fairness.
Okay, you can gather from what we're trying to do, like.
Thanks, dear. Yeah, I know. In fairness, after a long time, I mean, I've got a cat here to help me now. She's heard paper rustling, thinking she's going to get some sort of toy or something coming to her. But in fairness, apart from the rip there, let's ignore that part. That's where the paper ripped. It stayed together. So, like, for first attempt, it did sort of work.
I mean, you can gather from what we are trying to do that what you need is essentially a little flappy bit to tuck it. It's flappy, tucky. Okay? No, that's not a RuPaul's Drag Race reference. This is a Christmas wrapping reference. Okay? Producer Sophie is not impressed with me and Ben right now. But I don't care. Ben, I think we call this a success, mate. All right?
Well, I think I'll give this to someone. Made a bit of sellotape to fix the bit I ripped, but it sort of works.
Give it to your mum because your mum will always appreciate it. Okay, like I don't like. It's fine. I'm actually impressed.
Yeah, Josh. The thing is, I was wrapping the square, so there's rectangle. So I've got no excuse at this point. So I think we're saying that I may have to sit back to the old-fashioned, less sustainable sellotape this Christmas. Sorry, Joe.
Well, I mean, come on. I did give you. There are some other ways to wrap, and you thinking of?
Oh yeah, bows. You said bows, didn't you?
Yeah,
bows and ribbons.
And there's also, so you can get the fabric wrap things, but what a lot of people are also doing is using tote bags, or there's people that are actually selling, you can get like drawstring bags, but they're selling those, but like Christmas themed. So you can buy all these reusable bags, put your present in it, drawstring it closed, and it's done. Because let's face it, guys, the thing that we're all dreadful for is we think presents have to be wrapped exactly as their shape, but they don't. And one of my friends was telling me that what her friend's mum used to do was like store up cereal boxes and things like that, and she'd put presents in them, then wrap those, and then you didn't know what you were getting for Christmas because everything was square or rectangular shaped, and then you don't have to faff about with awkward shaped things. Or something else that I'm doing, and I don't think you can quite see it, unfortunately, I've saved one of those really long Smarties tubes because it's a cylinder shape. So normally for Christmas, I would get my sister something makeup themed, like a mascara or a foundation. Now, I'm really sorry, but trying to wrap something this shape, that's never going to happen. Put that inside a Smarties tube,
Oh,
or then all you've got to do is put a bit of paper and wrap it around the cylinder. Or you get a nice enough,
how do you wrap it on the top? How do you wrap it on the cylinder though? Like,
I don't
it's all
think you need. I don't think you
angles.
need to, because the ends are already going to have like a finish on them, so you don't
Yeah,
have to. But I have also seen tutorials online that do show you how to wrap like odd shaped things, and I do think there is a way of wrapping cylinders with the ends. So you guys can go and Google that in your own time, because I'm not going to bore you with that. So, but there is a way of doing it, and there is definitely a million and one ways to be more sustainable at Christmas time, for birthdays, all year round, but especially at Christmas. And I think it's really important that we all start doing it. It's never too late to try and do something good for our planet. And, I feel like people in your lives will really appreciate it. So if the one message you take away from this live stream is anything, it is, please don't use sellotape this Christmas. Okay?
I think the one phrase from this Christmas for me is I definitely have to use something else other than just wrapping paper because
You can use string, okay? You can use string, you
see,
can use ribbons.
everyone, I think if Bishop to give you string from this Christmas.
Yeah, you could use washi tape, because that's
Washi tape.
removable. Okay? Washi tape's like, you can stick it to walls and it's decorative, but it peels back off. So
Never heard of that.
yeah, it's great. It comes in loads of different colours, styles, patterns. It's brilliant. Okay?
Producer Sophie is a popular of it.
Yep, it's amazing. I use it in scrapbooking, and it's like I've got that on my list of how I might wrap things this year. Like, it's how I might jazz up my mum's envelope just to make it look a bit prettier, but then she can still peel it off because it's not sticky enough that it will rip anything. So it's just decorative tape. So there you go. Ben's just like, no, I'm still using sellotape.
I'll try not to. I'll try not to.
If you're going to use sellotape, just don't use glitter, okay?
No glitter. I can agree to that one. No glitter.
Sellotape,
sellotape, try not to use it as much as you can. Obviously, it's not good for anything. Some things may need a little bit here and there, but try your best not to use it. Obviously, you can always use string. You also have that. Is that? I'm not sure if it is. That sort of ribbon tape almost, that really thin stuff you get from shops. Is that recyclable, Joe?
I'm not sure.
It's shiny, so maybe not.
If it's normally shiny things aren't recyclable.
Yeah, maybe not. Then you can't use that. So string's good idea, but yeah,
And
I think
look,
we all agree though that I won the present wrapping.
I think Ben won the present wrapping. So yeah, and last thing I'm going to say, and then we can wrap this up. If worse comes to worse this Christmas, guys, and you don't know how to wrap your presents, do a smithy from Gavin and Stacey and wrap everything in foil, because then you can use the foil to cook your Christmas dinner later on. Boom. All right, done. Let's wrap this up.
I got one question to answer that. What dish you eat before you open the presents?
Then you're doing Christmas wrong. Yeah. Just sorry to tell you that. You're doing Christmas wrong, Ben. Presents first, then food, because then you can sit on the sofa with your food baby.
It's usually a mix of two, to be honest, for our family. So do some before, some after, so we have some of the family come round.
Oh, okay. Well, I think we will leave it there with the monstrosity that we have created. I hope everyone has taken something away from this, even if it's just laughing at me and Ben. Let's face it, that's what holidays are all about. Holidays are about laughing and just loving what's there. So thank you very much to everyone that watched. Thank you to producer Sophie for enduring this torture. Ben, thank you for being amazing and giving the present wrapping a go. I hope everyone has an amazing holiday, and you get to spend some time with your family and any friends that you can. Lots of love from all of us at the DSU.